Alaikum. Welcome to Love My Kidneys, where you know it takes a lot of love to heal thyself. So, family, we're going to start it off a little bit different today. We're going to jump in. I see you, sis. We're going to jump in with the music first. Then we're going to follow that with our commercials. Then we're going to jump into the conversation. We got very special guests today. We got our brother Rafael X and sister Lareesha X. We're going to be talking about home birth, y'all. We're going to be talking about not only home birth, but home birth in Mexico. We're going to be talking about that, and even in the midst of this pandemic. So go ahead, tune in, get your minds ready. We're going to start with this theme music.
Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
Worldwide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download the Final Call Radio app and take us everywhere. On your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also log on to finalcall.com and click the Listen Live button or finalcallradio.com. Final Call Radio, the official voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the
Nation of Islam.
Paximune, fam. Gotta get that Paximune. Build up that immune system. You gotta fight against all the stuff that's coming up against
Let's stipulate that this is not a vaccine. I mean, we need to be really clear. We're using the term vaccine to sneak this thing under public health exemptions. This is not a vaccine. This is a mRNA packaged in a fat envelope that is delivered to a cell. It is a medical device designed to stimulate the human cell into becoming a pathogen creator. It is not a vaccine. Vaccines actually are a legally defined term, and they're a legally defined term under public health law. They're a legally defined term under CDC and FDA standards. And a vaccine specifically has to stimulate both an immunity within the person receiving it, but it also has to disrupt transmission. And that is not what this is. They have been abundantly clear in saying that the mRNA strand that is going into the cell is not to stop transmission. It is a treatment.
Produced by yours truly, Brother Rafael and Sister Lareesha. That's what I'm talking about, fam. Thank you.
My name is Sadiqa Muhammad. I've been blessed with an opportunity to literally press the reset button for my life. And it's just in time for the Muslim reset or Ramadan. I didn't have any Ramadan decorations for my home, and I haven't seen any that represent the MGT. So, the black man and woman are gods, and what gods do, they create. So join me in pressing the reset button with this beautiful MGT on your wall, reminding you of this blessed Ramadan.
I'ma make you walk like that. You walk like that. You walk like that. You walk like that. Just like that.
Mexitas.
Coffee for the people.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Baby, 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 baby.
All right. One more black business to support.
All right, family. All right. We are blessed today to be in the building with our brother Rafael, and sister Lareesha X. That's right, all the way from Mexico. That's what I'm
Right.
talking about. They here with us today, and we're going to be talking about something extremely important, and that is birth at home. So we want y'all to go ahead and go get them sisters that may be pregnant and they want to know what this is about. We want you to start sharing it on your social media page, share it across all your platforms, okay? Because we about to get into it with our brother and sister on the importance of home birth. This is something that's powerful, incredible, and necessary. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So we want to give our family the greetings of Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, family.
How are you, beloved?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Oh, excellent. By Allah's grace and mercy.
You see us glowing over here like Bruce Leroy, don't you?
Yes, and I love the outfit too. You guys look amazing.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
thank you,
you, thank you,
Queen.
thank. I'm only trying to look as good as you
That's
are.
right.
Uh-uh.
That's
Yes, ma'am. Well, we appreciate that you all took time out of your busy schedule. For those of you all who don't know, that beautiful Love My Kidneys masks and t-shirts, these are the people that designed it for us.
that's
Oh, you
right.
didn't know we had black manufacturing? Well, now you know.
That's right. And we'll make sure that they get your contact information, so for those who want to get, any kind of t-shirts or things like that created so they can have your information.
That is
Yes,
absolutely
ma'am. Thank you guys
right.
so much.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
ma'am. Well, first off, we want to welcome the new baby into the world, and may Allah bless that baby to be a mighty soldier for Allah, His Christ, apostle, and just do some amazing and wonderful things to transform this world into the
Mm,
kingdom of God by
yes.
whatever way God got for him. We don't know yet, but whatever way God got for him, we pray that they be mighty helpers in the cause of Islam.
Wow. Praise be to Allah. That means so much to me coming from you guys. Y'all are amazing people. So I'm really grateful for
Praise
that.
be to Allah.
Allahu Akbar. Hey, we just trying to be as amazing as you already are.
That's right. That's
Uh,
right. Yes,
well,
ma'am.
I just wanted to say, excuse my husband. He's coming and he should be here in about 5 minutes. So please
Okay.
forgive his tardiness.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, hey, look, that's a hard working man, but he sent the queen of the house ahead.
That's right.
It's all right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And we'll go ahead and get started with you. What we like to do is, of course, if you could just give us a little bit about who you are in the universe, a little bit about your husband and what it is that you all do.
There you
Okay.
go. That's
Yes, ma'am. My name is Sister Lareesha X. Um, I joined the Nation of Islam about 5 years ago.
all right.
It was because I met my husband and he introduced me to it.
All right.
Um, and I raised my hand that first day to to join because I fell in love with everything that they were teaching.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I wrote my letter and I was registered maybe like 4 months after my first day.
All
Allahu
right. All
Akbar.
So,
right. That's what's up. Ah,
so I'm a mom of 7 children. I just had my seventh baby 4 months ago.
All
all
right.
right.
Um, my husband and I moved moved to Mexico about 3 years ago. And we moved down here. We opened up a manufacturing company. And, it started with something as simple as me wanting to do a clothing line. So I was hand making dresses and stuff and posting it on Facebook and selling it like that. And then we slowly grew into manufacturing with a lot of learning curves. So,
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
hey,
Praise be to Allah. We didn't have learning curves, we wouldn't get nowhere.
come on.
yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
starts out on any of this, on any of our journeys, knowing, but the fact that we took that first step sis, you've opened the door, for your 7 babies. So
Yes,
now they
ma'am.
already they know the business. They're gonna know, all the ins and outs, and they won't have to, go through those learning curves that you experience. They'll have some new ones because they're gonna be doing it on a grander level, you
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
So that's amazing within itself.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So are you still have your line? I know you all do the t-shirts, and what all do you manufacture?
We make everything. We do suits, we do sweatsuits, we got a shoe connect, so we do shoes, we do cups, we do shirts and dresses, and we could do, the MGT uniforms, like we could do everything. So
Nice.
Oh
we've
wow.
really grown a lot to be able to try to help everybody in the community. So
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
that is absolutely amazing, and we appreciate what you all do because you all are bringing that elegance back into our community. It ain't got to be tight to be right. Come on now, come
yes,
on
sir.
Right. Right. We want wiggle room. You know,
Yes,
we,
sir.
we, we need wiggle room in our clothes
For
yes.
because we
sure.
can't.
Especially me, like as a breastfeeding mom, I can't do tight fitting clothes. I get so frustrated.
Yeah.
I need space.
Yeah. Oh
Yes.
wow. Are you all doing maternity clothes?
No, not yet, but it's something that I'm looking into. I'm just trying to wait until the baby is a little bit older and doesn't need my
Yeah.
attention as much, and then
Yeah.
I'll tackle that.
Okay,
Oh
good.
yes. That's actually a lost line of clothing. It used to be, maternity clothes, you go into JC Penney's and Sears or whatever, and you would see it, but you don't even see it anymore. And the women, they're wearing the clothes that they tried to wear before they got pregnant, and it's not
Yes, ma'am. That is so true.
it's
It
not
it's
working.
so frustrating because it's like as if the world doesn't respect pregnancy and
Right.
what a woman's body has to go through when she's pregnant. They don't respect it, so they make it difficult.
Mm,
Yes. Yes, and for Muslim women, I'm sure it's even more difficult, to find something that will not expose you, but keep you covered, keep the baby covered. Anyway, I know that's another
Yes,
um
ma'am.
story,
Let's
but
just say let's just say throughout my pregnancy, I wore a lot of long t-shirts and yoga pants.
yes, yes, be as comfortable. Well, congratulations, mommy, on baby number 7.
all right.
Thank you.
That's the God baby.
That's
See that?
that's yes. So
Praise
tell
be
us
to Allah.
a little bit about this new bundle of joy that Allah has blessed you and Brother Raphael with.
Yeah. What's the baby's name?
His name is Raphael the Seventh
Oh,
Osiris.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Wait. You got
My
seven
husband talked me into
babies
that.
named. You got all the babies is Raphael.
No, not all of them. Just the twins. The twins are Raphael, and then this baby. So not all of them. Half.
Tell him, look, man, he can't be watching George Foreman and all the babies.
No, I already told him. I said this is the last Raphael. Okay, no more Raphael.
All right. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about I know you're waiting for your husband and we don't want to jump too far in, but we
Okay.
do want to know a little bit about this bundle of joy, little Raphael 7.
Oh man, he's so peaceful and funny. Like he loves making eye contact and talking. So as soon as
Mm.
he catches your eye contact and knows that you're looking at him, he starts talking and smiling and making his little baby noises. Like he is so sweet. And he's so loving towards his brothers and his sister. Like it's like he's patient with them because the twins, they're still little and they like to kiss on him and stuff, but they like smother him while they're doing it. And he doesn't get frustrated, like he just eats it up. So he's such a sweet baby.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So I
beautiful.
got a question. Okay, so when you were going through your pregnancy, Did the children come around a lot and talk to the baby? Did they do that kind of thing and just be there, showering that love on the baby? Is that what happened?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. They were there for the labor as well. So yes, they loved rubbing my belly. They loved talking to the baby. They loved singing. They would sing to the baby all the time in my belly. They would make me food. Like they would actually get up and cook me breakfast and stuff because I wouldn't wake up early. So they were really sweet.
Oh wow. And as you can see, that love transferred. That love transferred. All the love they showed to you and to the baby definitely felt that. And that's why he like, hey, these the people that was feeding me
That's right.
when I was yeah, yeah.
That's so true. I mean, it
Yeah,
does. So much translates throughout your pregnancy. Like it's so important the environment that you're in and what kind of stuff you're feeding your mind,
yeah.
everything. It really matters a lot. So I'm glad that I was able to have a really good environment for this pregnancy.
Mm.
Yeah, we glad too, because it's gonna take those type of children that grow up in those types of environments where they can be creative and innovative and not have to worry about this and that, so that they can really focus on dealing with freeing us. See, that's what you see. That's the thing. When they can not have to focus on bills, right? And
Yes,
you can pour your wealth into them and help them get to where they're going, then we don't know what they can create and do. But if they get stuck in the same cycle we was in, like, oh, I gotta pay the lights, right? You
yes,
see, they
yes,
that's not a environment for creativity. So we thank Allah for that environment as well, because at the end of the day, all them seven babies is our future. They are the future of us as a people, and they are the future of us as a nation. That's
yes,
right.
sir.
Assalamualaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam, black guy.
Yes, sir. There he is. There
I
he
was
is.
fighting traffic. Please forgive me. I'm
Yes,
out of
sir.
breath, ran up the stairs and everything.
It's the man with the master plan.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
praise
How
to
far?
Allah.
Walaikum
Salam alaikum.
Okay,
It's
so
good
some of
to
it
see
will send
you.
like
salam.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so we were just talking about the baby and the blessing that you all receive to be in the environment that you all are in and what you all are doing. We are glad because that allows for those children to be able to be free, to be creative and innovative, and
That's right.
not be like us running on the wheel
Mm,
like a hamster. They can decide things. I
that's right.
watch what is the name of House Hunters? I watch House Hunters International, and you have 18 and 19-year-old people talking about, well, my father bought me a condo in Europe, and I'm trying to find myself. I want more of us. I want
Right.
more of us to be able to do that for our children. Well, we
Man.
Yes,
gonna get you something over here. You go over there and create art, and we gonna create a platform for it, or whatever that you're doing. We're
Mm,
gonna pull it into what we're doing. It's just gonna become an extension of what we're doing. Every one of them, their gifts will make room for you. Oh, you didn't hear me. They
hey,
gift will
hey,
make
bro.
room for you.
Right, right.
yes, sir.
All
Seven
right.
children, brother. One of them got to come out a millionaire, brother.
Come on, man.
One of them, at least.
All of them.
We
All of
looking
them,
for,
man.
yeah, we
We
looking for
need some
seven of them. That's
billionaires,
right.
brother. We need
That's right.
billionaires for this
Come on
work.
now. That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's
We're
right.
excited, brother.
And I think that I was telling my husband that I definitely feel like Osiris is gonna be very creative because I felt a lot of creative energy while I was pregnant. So I did so many different activities and I was like, I know that I'm getting this energy from my baby. So I'm excited to see what he creates.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
And in the environment he was the way, see, that has a lot to do with our mental stability, is the way we come into this world, you
Yeah.
know, with those who nothing against it, because we had them in the hospital with the lights and the noise and the beeps and the doctors and the strange masks and the babies coming into this weird environment, lights in their face and getting shot and punctured and injected, and I mean immediately, and wow, and the baby's crying and yelling, and
Right.
it's just it's a chaotic environment that we bring our babies in. And the way that Rafael Osiris came in, you know, it was, man, it was totally different. We had
Yeah.
candles lit, brother. We had
Go ahead. Go ahead.
incense and the diffuser running with the essential oils.
And Jill
She
Scott.
she had her music on. That Jill Scott was playing smooth vibe music. You know,
And Big Pie was
comfortable
being
environment.
passed around, you know.
The com- yes, sir. The comfort of her own room. She had her bed. Nobody in the house. I mean, in the room, no strange people or nothing like that. And so, the vibe was really peaceful. It was really calm. It was really smooth. And then the baby coming in, you know, into this world under that type of mindset, if you will, as opposed to the chaotic mindset. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that affects, that child different than the other children.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And that Osiris is such a powerful name
Mm.
because if I'm not mistaken, Osiris, if I believe that's the one, they buried different parts of his body in different places, and then it was his queen that came and pulled them all back
And
together
gather them all.
and gathered them back together. So
Mm.
this is gonna be a gatherer of men. This is
Oh,
gonna
Oh,
be a
wow.
gatherer of men. He's
wow.
going
Very
to
peaceful.
gather
Wow.
the things that he needs to work. He's going to gather the
See?
hands and the legs and the feet and the eyes and everything that he needs to function in this world. He's going to see. That's why you said you were in the creative environment, right? And you
Yes,
were
sir.
creative. So this baby is going to be a great creator. He's going to create relationships. He's going to create networks. Just watch
Wow.
how people gravitate toward him as he's
Wow.
growing. Your children
Wow.
already started.
Mm.
Your
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
children started. So the
Yes, sir.
first six already started.
Yes, sir.
Rotate.
That's right.
And so the rest of them go come too. This child is already handsome. So you're
Thank
gonna
you.
have to keep the ladies back now. You gotta keep the ladies back.
We're gonna have to fight off the MGT, brother. You gotta do the
No,
MGT.
no, no.
We
So
already
let's
discussed how
talk.
make everything.
No, we were waiting for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, let's now we want to talk a little bit more, about that environment. I want to go back just a little bit to your experience in the United States through your pregnancies. Just some of the things that you were going through the with in your pregnancy at that time in comparison to, your husband and you making a new environment in Mexico. If you
Yes,
can just
ma'am.
to that.
Yeah.
So I'll just go back to the twins, because they were the last babies that I had in the United States. So the twins, that pregnancy was full of fear because the doctors constantly told me like of everything that could possibly go wrong with my
Mm,
pregnancy and with delivery. And so they were like, you're probably not going to make it to 36 weeks. One baby is probably going to be, much larger than the other baby. Like they just talked about everything that could go wrong. And they automatically put that term on me. What's it
mm,
called? The pregnancy, the type of pregnancy they said I was. The high
above.
risk pregnancy. Yeah. So they labeled me that. And every time I would come to a visit, I could feel the stress of are my babies going to be okay? Am I going to get the delivery that I want? Because I wanted to deliver them naturally. And we had to fight about that as well because they were just like, oh, we don't have any doctors here that will deliver them naturally. You have to have a C-section. And I was just like, I'm not getting a C-section. So we ended up delivering the twins in the hospital, a vaginal delivery. I didn't have the C-section. But after maybe like 30 minutes after I delivered my babies, there a lot of problems came. There was a really hostile environment because they were mad about the way that I was going about things. I didn't want to give them the vaccinations, everything. So then they started to threaten us and say they're going to call CPS.
You believe that, bro?
Yeah, and all of these. So it was that experience was really really stressful, and it actually caused, you know, because I was new in the nation and I was still learning everything. So it actually caused me and my husband a little upset between my husband and I because we weren't on the same page about how to handle things. I was afraid of the CPS thing, you know? So I was just like, let's just give him the Similac. It was about the Similac. So I was like, let's just give him the Similac because I just had my, I was vulnerable. I just had my babies. So I got afraid, like, what? CPS? And my husband, knowing more than I did, he was just like, no, babe, like, no, no, they can't call CPS. They're not going to do anything. And we're not going to give our babies stuff that we don't want to give them. So between him and I, it was just like, what? Babe, like, you tripping. You tripping. I want my babies. So that was our last pregnancy in the United States. And I held on to that coming to Mexico. So when I came to Mexico and I got pregnant with Khaled, it was my goal to have a better delivery. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way because I didn't take care of my health enough. I was still learning, so I didn't understand everything that was necessary to facilitate the type of delivery that I wanted at home.
The sweet bread in Mexico, boy, woo! Going hard on it, bro.
Yep, chocolate
The
cake
cakes and all that
and
stuff was
chocolate
so
cake
good.
and coffee. I ate a lot of that while I was pregnant with Khaled. So it was bad. I didn't realize, I didn't pay attention to eating right and exercising, which is something that's very important for a healthy pregnancy. So for Khaled, I ended up having an emergency C-section. I almost died because
she did, brother, twice on the table. I'm sitting there holding her hand and I'm rubbing her hair and talking to her. And then like I'll glance at what they're doing, to see what they're doing over there. And then when I look back, she's out. And I'm telling you, like, scary out. She was out. And I'm like, babe, wake up. Like, and then she like slowly comes back. And I was just like, oh my God. And that happened twice. And I look again to see what they're doing, and I look back and she's out. She was out. Like not sleeping, not she was out. And I believe, that she was near death. I mean, Elijah Muhammad said when you give birth, you had that near death experience, or you experience the pain of death, he says, excuse me. But yeah, so she went out twice on me. I was
my blood pressure was extremely high. Like it was like 190 over, what was it, like 120?
Over ridiculous.
I was bleeding, like in my urine. I was bleeding. I was all swelled up. Like it was really,
real
bad.
complicated.
Yeah.
But by the grace and mercy of Allah, we're still here. She was still kicking.
Yes.
We gave birth to our baby. He was little,
he was super little. He had
him in a little incubator and stuff like that. And I'd pray to him and sing to him and talk to him, and then we got to go home, and so that was a blessing. And then go ahead.
And the recovery journey from that was what
totally
that's what changed me.
Her desire.
I started to exercise. I started to really pay attention. I started looking at How to Eat to Live, Dr. Sebi, because he has like a bunch of Facebook pages you can follow to learn about herbal teas. I started looking at what's it called with the feet? Why can't I remember right now?
The what?
How you heal through the feet? Reflexology, yes. Yes, and I started looking at iridology for the eyes, like how to tell if something's wrong based on the eyes. I started looking at everything, just everything. And the funny thing about me is if I'm going through changes, I make the whole family do it. So if I'm like, I can't eat sugar, then y'all can't eat sugar. Like,
yeah. Hey, bro, and we'd be like, huh? That's your thing, bro. I'm gonna support you, but I'm
I cut them out. I took them off of sugar. Like for months, they didn't have no sugar. I was like, nope, Ain't
We
nobody
going back
getting
to the
sugar.
we going back to the States, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get my hands on the bean pie. She's like, we ain't need no bean pie. I'm like, like
That
that.
brother was over there praying, Pastor Father, please save me.
Yes, sir. But she was on it, man. She was on it. She
So-
really was.
So then, all right.
No, I'm gonna just say, like, I witnessed her. Elijah Mama says there's nothing more powerful than a made up mind. And so I witnessed firsthand, like my wife put in her head, I am having a natural birth. The next baby I have, natural. I mean, just like that, just like that. And she went to work. She had the idea. It always starts from a thought, and then you go to work on that thought. And she did literally, like, before my eyes, I witnessed her go through that transformation. Go ahead.
Wow.
So then I got pregnant with Rafa, with Osiris. And that pregnancy, I took it so seriously.
Rafael the seventh.
I did. I told him.
Okay. Thank you. I had to throw that one in.
So I exercised, like I did karate up until, what was I, like 8 months?
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
big belly doing kicks
Yeah,
and
I was
stuff.
doing my karate.
The instructor had to tell her, like, no, you gotta chill out. You got, she's kicking real high. He's like, no, don't be kicking that high.
And I took 2 tests. I graduated 2 times.
Yeah, I got 2 belts. Yeah.
Queen
I did a lot
Nzingha,
of.
the warrior princess.
Queen Nzingha,
Yes, sir. And I walked a lot. Oh man, I would walk so much. One time I made my husband go on a walk with me, and he was like, "You be walking this far?" And I was like, "Yes."
And then so during the pregnancy we have to go get what is it, sonograms, to go see, make sure the position, make sure the water, make sure all that stuff. And when we go, of course, it's a high risk because you just had a C-section. So, keep an eye on that blood pressure and then make sure this and be prepared for this and that. And my wife's like, man, because she's tell me in English, she'd be like, man, I'm not trying to hear none of that. Just get the ultrasound, let's go.
Right.
Yeah, because they would say like, "Oh, you got to have another C-section because you just had one."
Yeah.
And I just be like, "I'm not about to listen to you." Like, my teacher told me something different. So.
And then we go to to where we thought to have the baby naturally, and the doctor said, like, man, there's no doctor that would help you because you just had a C-section. There's no doctor that help you deliver it naturally.
Yep. That's what they told
And that
us.
still didn't deter her. She was like,
I walked a lot. I ate, like, oh man, I ate so healthy. For most of the pregnancy, I did 1 meal a day. And it wasn't until I got towards the end and I got bigger, the baby got bigger, I wanted to eat more. So then I went up to 2 meals a day. And so then we could fast forward to the day that I went into labor. It started early that morning. Like the contractions started. They were like 10 minutes apart. And I was telling my husband, like, oh my gosh, I think I'm in labor. I think this is the real deal because the contractions are coming on time consistently. So that day, I just really took my time. I wasn't rushing anything. I went walking. Like, how many times did I go?
Yeah, we went
twice.
3 times.
Yeah, we went walking a lot. Like maybe a total.
You went once and I went twice with you.
Yeah, like the total. I walked like 8 miles that day. And then I was drinking a lot of water. I had some bean soup and avocado sandwiches and stuff. Like I was just really healthy and like in a healthy mindset of like my baby is coming and I just want to make sure that the environment is right.
But if I may interject, just contrary to, like just laying in bed and just, you're supposed to be laid up and stuff. Cause I mean, that was my impression, was like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, I'm gonna go for another walk. I'm like, no, well, you say, cause men and brother Carter, you could bear me with, when we hear, babe, I'm in labor, it's like, oh my God, it's time. And the woman like, no, that doesn't mean that it's time. It just means I'm in labor, And so, so she wanted to go on walks, and I mean, like, she's not lying. Like I went with her, man, I'd be like, babe, we got to walk back, right? So like, when are we going to turn around? We got to turn around. She's like, no, I do this all the time. Yeah. So, but she amazed me, man. I to this day am amazed at her, just her determination. She was super
Yes.
determined, man. Couldn't nobody tell her nothing. Not even me, nobody. Like, I'm doing this
Yes.
regardless. Go ahead.
So then my mom was there. So it was him, mom, and then the children. And once we got back, it was like, what was it, like 6 o'clock?
Mhm.
It was like six, and they started to get tired. Everybody started to wind down. So they were just like, "What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?" And I was just like, "Nothing. Just take a nap, get some rest, and when I need your help, I'll tell you." So at 9, I think about 9 p.m., that's when my water broke. So I just ran in the living room and woke my husband up, and I was like, "My water broke. That means the baby is like right around the corner."
Mhm.
So he was like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" And I was like, "Nothing, nothing. I was just telling you. I was excited. Go back to sleep." So, so he went back to sleep. He got bit. He went back to sleep, and I just labored while he was sleeping for the most part. I had on my Jill Scott, that "He Loves Me" song. That's my favorite Jill Scott song. So I listened to that over and over and over again. It was so soothing. And I
Yeah.
just danced, and I did like different positions on my yoga ball. I would squat. I would do squats on the toilet and stuff. Like I just kept moving around to keep the labor progressing. So
Yes.
then maybe midnight, because I had the baby we had him at 2 something, right? It was about 2 something in the morning that we had the baby. Yeah, midnight. I woke my husband up, and I
Mm.
was just like, "Okay, babe, these things started to hurt. Like I need your help." So then he got up and I would just tell him like, "Okay, it's coming, it's coming." And he would start massaging my back around my waist and stuff. And that helped me through. And I would just like sway and kind of moan through those contractions. And then I would be
Yeah.
like, "Okay, it's gone." And he would take a break with his hands and stuff. And then I'd be like, "It's coming, it's coming." And so he would just massage my back again. So he did that. He did that
Mm.
for about an hour and a half. Then then that's when it was time for, like, you could tell that I was going through the transition phase, and the baby was about to start coming out because I could feel him moving down. So we went to the toilet, and I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm holding my husband's leg. And they always say this, and I didn't believe it until it happened to me. But they say, like, right when you feel like you're about to give up, that's when the baby is about to come. And so I'm
Right.
sitting on the toilet, and by this time I've been through, the whole day of labor, and I'm like, "Babe, I can't do this anymore. This hurts so bad. I'm done.
Oh,
Like I'm done." And I'm crying and stuff. And he's just like, "No, babe, no, like you got it." And he's rubbing my back and stuff. And he's like, "You got to stand up because I can't catch the baby if you sitting down on the
Fall
toilet."
in the toilet.
So,
I thought,
right.
so,
Right.
you don't have to stand up.
so I'm sitting on the toilet, and he's like, "Babe, you got to stand up." And I'm like, "Mm, mm." He's like, "Please, babe, please stand up." And I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm not standing up." So then I felt this huge like wave just take over me, and the baby was moving down, and I jumped up. Like he didn't have to tell me, I just jumped up immediately, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I just started to like, I didn't even push, I didn't go or anything like that. Like my body just naturally just moved the baby down. So then
Right.
his head started to come out, and that's when my husband and my mom, because they were both like down on the floor to look under to see the baby. And
Right.
so they both start crying. They're like, "Oh my God, I see his head. I see his head." So I can hear my husband cheering me on. And he's just like, "Come on, baby. You're almost there. The baby's head is here. Come on, keep going. You got this." And so, I wait for the other contraction to come. And then it comes, and then the baby just shoots out into my husband's hands.
Oh
So,
wow.
Yes. And
Yeah.
we have to mention and give credit to our sister
oh,
Teresa.
oh yeah, because you were on the
From
phone with her. I didn't even
Sister
realize.
Teresa Muhammad from Delaware. And what's the other sister's name?
Sister Janae.
And Sister Janae. It was a doula and a midwife, and I was on the phone with them, and so they telling me, all right, is she doing this? All right, what color is that? Is the blood, and is the blood this, and check that, and like, so they walked me all the way through, man, and I'm real grateful to them for that, and yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, when I saw the crown of my baby, like all I just started crying like a little baby, bro. Like, baby, just I
Yes.
started,
Yes.
I started, just but it
What
was it was
a
just man. I've done so many things in my life, but that right there, brother,
Yes.
to add that to my repertoire, if you will, my
Dr. Rafael.
yeah, man.
Dr. Rafael.
I delivered the baby. It
Yeah.
was a blessing,
Wow.
but it was amazing.
He not only delivered the baby, but he checked my placenta.
Oh
He
yeah, we did the
he
placenta.
did a check on the baby to make sure the baby was okay. Like he did everything. He cleaned up the blood afterwards. He helped me to get in the bed. He fed me. Like he really, really took good care of me and the baby.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, a
Allahu
lot of
Akbar.
that.
You
Man,
know,
that's beautiful.
that is absolutely amazing.
Yes, yes.
You
Oh
know,
wow.
I'm so touched right now. I wasn't there, but I get to live it through you all. And
Mm.
I thank Allah for those sisters as well. And it reminds me of in the true history of Jesus, where it said that the men were like the doulas for the when the birth was coming. They knew that science of how to bring their children into the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow,
So for
wow.
him to be on the phone listening and basically learning that process, and you with the determined mind that this was what was going to be, and you proved to them, because whether they told you or not, you are a miracle. You
That's
are a
right.
miracle in front of them, because they said that it couldn't be done, but you
Mm,
showed the power of the spirit
Mm,
and the mind that
that's
you
right.
could make it happen.
That's right.
Not only did you make it happen by the grace of God, it happened exactly the way that you wanted it to
Come
happen,
on,
mm.
man.
Praise
Come
because you were willing to go through what was necessary. See, you paid the price, whether you understand that or not. You paid the price through your exercise, your right eating, your right thinking, and everything that you all were doing. You paid the price to bring about what it was
That
that you all
miracle.
desired
mm.
in that
Miracle. miraculous
miraculous birth.
Yes.
So God rewarded you
Yes,
all
yes.
with that beautiful delivery of the
on,
baby,
man.
so that you all can give this testimony to others and let them know. See, this is a book. I mean,
Mm.
I
Mm.
want you to hear what I'm saying. This is a book. This is something that you got to talk about, that journey. Start
Mm.
talking about it on your phone. Bring it out in stages. Talk about that journey, what your mind was, what you were doing, what
Right.
you were listening to, what were the processes you were going through in that day, what were you feeding yourself. See, we got that in how to give birth to God, but now you got it in the actual
Experience.
implementation and the
Mhm.
experience of doing it in the way. That's a book.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
a
sir.
class. You already got your helpers in there, in them sisters that
That's right.
would be willing to help you all, not only with writing the book, but
Mm.
also in teaching and bringing that into a course, because a lot of sisters, they want to know how to do it. And I thank
Mhm.
Allah for my brother, and I'm gonna turn it over to my wife. I thank
Thank
Allah
you,
for my
man.
brother for being there and
Right.
being that strong man, because a lot of us, we might have fell out seeing the blood, but that was right there. He was there the whole time.
Right.
He
Yeah.
had the mental and spiritual stamina to be right there for his wife,
Yes.
praying, rubbing, doing what was necessary to be done. And them sisters were so on point. They telling you the whole process all
That's
the way
right.
through. It
Yes.
should be this. It should be that. It should
Mm-hmm.
look like this. Go do this. Go do that. See, this is the
Mm.
science
Yes.
of giving birth to a God. We
Mm.
Praise
got
the
the how,
Yes.
but now you
Mhm.
need the science behind.
Mhm.
Mm.
You got the mental and the spiritual, but now you need the physical ramifications of all of that, so it can be documented, so that it can tell other sisters, you can do this too.
That's right.
That's
You
right.
can
Wow.
do this too, brother.
That's right.
Preparing yourself so that when you all's children come, and like I said, I'm turning it over to my wife. I'm just, touched. I'm
Praise
Absolutely.
inspired.
be to Allah.
Go ahead.
Absolutely, family. Thank you for sharing, you
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
that story, and your experience and what, it was like to go through that. I'm, just amazed because when you were saying that the doctor said, no, you know, you won't be able to do a natural birth, I already know that's the MO. That's how, once you on action, that's all they see, from this point on. And, the fact that you were determined that you were going to have a natural birth, and you all trusted so much in Master Farad Muhammad,
Excuse
to bring you through that process. It really speaks a lot about who you all are as individuals and the baby that you have really just brought into this world.
Yeah.
Um, I was in a natural birth room with my goddaughter, and just like you said, being where it's only a select few people, and the music and the incense, and just the love that we're pouring out, as she get to that moment where it's like, oh no, I ain't gonna do it. you know my poor baby, she stood up on the bed. She just, so as you were, explaining what all you were going through, I could just see it, in my head. But I just remember what that was like to be present. We were in Belize
that's what you
when she had the when she had my godson.
Yes.
We were in Belize, and I finally found out why I needed hot water. You know, they always say, get the hot water, get the hot water.
Right.
And I never knew what hot water was for, but I was able to go get hot water. But I think this is so important,
Good.
so important as we move forward, to not have our babies in these hospitals where they put that kind of pressure on you, to get these shots right after you come out of something traumatic, where you're having faintings after faintings, and now you want to, and you probably told the doctors prior to that you didn't want any shots, but then they come back afterwards and still try to pressure you,
Come on,
you
man.
know,
Yes.
with
Yes.
that. So with the doctors there in Mexico, were they trying to pressure you to have the baby in the hospital?
No.
See, the good thing
Okay.
about the thing about the doctors here is they practice medicine, practice what they've been taught. However, they know they're very, very, very well aware of the natural. And so, you know, by job, they have to recommend this, have to do this. You're standing, let them know, like, no, we're doing everything natural. Then they
Mhm.
actually applaud it. Like, man, that's good.
Yeah.
I have to tell you to do this and that, but man, yeah, do you know such and such doula? Like, she'll help you with da 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 da.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, we were a little shocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even when we had college C-section, they wanted to give some vaccinations, and we said no, no, we don't do the vaccination because of religion. Like, yeah, we'll call it religion. Yes, religion. We don't do the vaccination, and they were like, okay. I mean, it's your baby.
Yeah.
You can't. So
Right.
so
They
so it
didn't
was a
make
blessing.
me
Yeah,
they didn't make me feel fearful at all of
like
like,
forced.
oh
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna have to fight these people. They didn't make me feel that. I just was able to say no, and that was enough.
Yeah,
Good.
it
Good.
was beautiful.
Oh wow, that's
But the
beautiful.
doctors there in America, it was a whole nother
Oh yeah,
story.
those guys.
The nurses came in. We're gonna apply this. Like, nope, She was like, what? Well, we have to give them the shot. Like, nope, you're not gonna give them a shot. So she'd leave. Then another, RN to come in, and it's like, sir, we're gonna have to administer. Like, no, man, we're not doing any vaccinations. And well, do you know that CPS could be called, and you don't want to, like, I'm like, it was an insult that you even told me that. Then
Right.
she'd
Right.
leave, and then the main doctor would come in, the head doctor of the whole hospital, and he's
Right.
like, um, I heard that you don't want, and I said, sir, can we speak over here, me and you, just not in front of everybody, just me and you. And I said, I respect you as a man, and I respect you as a doctor. I said, but you gonna respect me as a father. I said, this was my children. and we
Right.
not going to vaccinate. Well, do you know that it's possible this? Do you know possible? I said, I'm aware of all the risks that we're taking. I'm very much aware. And I appreciate you informing me, but we will not be vaccinating our children. Well,
Right.
again, you're gonna have to sign some consent. Bring the forms. That's not a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was,
Right.
but they were very forceful,
I had
one
to
after
leave.
another, one after another.
I had to leave the hospital. I was only there for like half of like the night, the rest of the night, and half the next day, and I had to leave because they kept. My husband had to go to work, so I was there by myself, and they just kept trying. They kept doing everything in
Yeah,
their
you,
power.
you know when the man is away, when Adam is out tilling the ground and the snake got to come to Eve and whisper in her ear. You know what I mean? And it was very, very. I mean, it was blatant. Let's just use
Yes.
that word. It was very blatant. But Allah gave us the strength, and we got to give credit to our Dr. Akili, Muslim doctor, Nation of Islam, in Houston, Texas. Brother Dr. Akili, boy.
Yeah.
Woo! What is this thing called? The For Life or
Dang, why can't I remember
oh
it?
man, y'all gotta follow our brother, man. That brother
That's
drops.
my
That
wife.
doctor.
That's my wife's doctor.
Yes.
I'm telling you. Please put his information out there, because that brother, we love him dearly. We know him personally. He has attended us
Yes.
on several
He
occasions,
helps me through the blood pressure stuff.
and we called him that day and was
Mm.
like, "Yo, because Texas has a law. One of the things they were doing, the stuff they apply on your
Oh, the eye
eyes,
stuff, yes.
it's a law by law." So I was like, hold on. So I called my doctor, Akili. I'm like, bro, they tried to do this, that, the third. And he was like, that's not, it's not gonna affect the baby in too much, this and that. Like, you could go ahead and allow him to do that, but nothing else. I think vitamin K or something was one that was okay, but nothing else. And
Yeah. He
so
said the
No.
vitamin K and the eye stuff. And
we're
so
the
we
only
did
ones.
that with the twins.
Yeah, we took his
Yeah.
word, man. That brother knows his stuff, man. He
He
loves
does.
all people. So
Yes.
yeah,
That,
man, this whole, excuse me, I'm sorry, baby. This whole thing was just,
It's been a journey,
man,
right?
man, and we still going, bro. We still going.
right.
We
That's
we
right.
might not be still going
Not
on
still going,
babies,
baby. But
but we still going on our journey.
one thing,
Yeah.
one thing that
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh, it's okay. One thing that I've been learning throughout this journey is there's always something to learn. So
Right.
I like I've learned so much and I apply so much to what my children eat and make sure that they drink their herbal teas and everything. I take it really seriously. So whenever
Right.
they get sick, I get frustrated. So I'm like, why are you sick? Like, I just fed you beef soup and you just like, I don't understand this. What?
Yeah.
But that's just, that's not, it's natural. They're gonna get sick still every once in a while, but they recover so quickly. They'll be sick
Right.
for one day and then the next day they're back to normal. And when they're
Right.
down, it's not like they're down like, oh, I feel terrible. Like, they still move around and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
they be playing with
yeah, they still be
sniffles and
playing
all
and
that
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
So
one thing that I want to say to the people listening is, fear. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in our study guides says that fear restricts. And when you look up the word restrict, if you're on restriction from this, or they can restrict you from going here, or even being in handcuffs is being restricted. And so fear keeps you from moving, fear
Mhm.
keeps you from doing, fear keeps you from
yes.
experiencing.
Or
And
it makes you do something that you ought not to do. So
right. And
Right.
so the fear of, yeah, but I mean, I want to have a natural birth, but what if my baby come out deformed?
mhm.
Or what if this, what if that, and that fear, okay, so let's just go to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And if you just go back, man, it's not even 100 years, not even where sisters was having births left and right back out at the house. You know what I
Right.
mean? Midwife type stuff. It won't even 100 years, man, where we was just where that was a natural thing. And now all this doctor stuff is not natural.
Yeah, that's how
And,
they
but we've been indoctrinated to believe that it is, that's the way to go.
they make us believe that we need them. Like, we can't do it without their help. That's what they make
Right.
us not believe in ourselves and in our
Yeah.
own body's natural, like, God-given ability
Come
to
on.
deliver a baby,
That's right.
And so when you
Right.
start to question that, then of course your body follows accordingly. Like, okay, we don't know what we're supposed to do because that's what the mind is telling me, you know? And so, no, you have to believe in yourself and you have to know that God gave you this ability to carry and birth babies naturally, and you can do it.
And somebody else wants to attest to the natural birth and let you know that that it's gonna be all right.
I
It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right inside. I'm gonna let you know that.
He looking at
Ah,
you.
look
Come
at him,
on, Jay.
bright-eyed and bushy
Yeah.
tail.
Huh?
That's
Healthy. He ain't wheezing. He don't have 3 fingers on one hand and 4 on the other. Super healthy baby, man.
Big
Milk,
too.
bubble, big,
yeah,
big,
yes,
big boy. Yeah.
absolutely
Getting
beautiful,
Oh,
big.
beautiful.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
All right.
Look at them.
strong, healthy baby, man. This brother is
Allahu
big.
Akbar.
Oh,
He's
praise
3 months old and
Four.
he
Now.
4 months and he in like 1 year old clothing already,
Yeah,
man.
he's big.
God.
Big boy, man.
Yes,
He
yes,
got an agenda. He ready. He
Yeah,
yes.
ready to move
yeah.
forward.
You
Wow.
know,
Praise you to him.
all of what you all have shared, as your experience now versus your experiences before, it kind of reminds me of the island of Patmos. It kind of reminds me of that in regards to them wanting to stick the needle in the
Oh,
baby
that's
and everything
exactly what it
like
is,
that.
brother.
It
Brother,
it
that's a
reminds
beautiful
me of
comparison.
that. And also, even again, like the minister said in How to Give Birth to God, that you all were on your own sacred island during this time. And that's how she treated it, and you treated it. That's how you all treated it. And that just goes to prove once again that How to Give Birth to God is such a superior technology if we would
Yeah.
apply it.
Come
There's
Right.
so
on,
much
man.
so the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that if we got this one lecture, he'll never need to teach nothing else ever again in life. He said if we got that one lecture series, that
Mhm.
he would never, he said that out his mouth. He
Yeah,
said he
yes,
would
sir.
never need to teach nothing else ever
Ever
again.
again. That's right.
That's exactly what he
That's right.
said. So
And
that, go ahead.
yes, sir. I just, you just sparked the thought, brother, that all praise belongs
To
to
Allah.
Allah.
Yes.
And we say that clicheically, but for real, who appeared in the person of Master
Fard Muhammad.
Fard Muhammad. We have to say that.
Yes.
Why? Because Lareesha X, that Rafael X, we would know nothing about this
Nothing.
stuff, man.
Right.
We
Right.
would not, there's
Right.
no school of thought out there that would have prepared us for this moment,
Right.
Yeah.
at least not on a, I'm sure there's the naysayers, oh, well, we teach that and we teach, okay, praise be to Allah for your teachings as well. But for us,
Right.
we bear witness that there is no God but Allah who appeared in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. We
Yeah.
bear witness that that beautiful black man, Elijah Muhammad, the exalted Christ, the black God, and we bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we've been blessed, brother, with the privilege, the honor, the humble experience of meeting the minister. My whole
Yeah.
family. Actually, you were pregnant. You were still pregnant with baby, right?
Rafa?
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
We just had college.
Yeah, we had just had.
It was in February.
It was
in February.
2020.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
Savior's Day, the last Savior's Day that we had, we was in the presence of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
And he changed my life.
You better believe it. She said,
Yeah.
I feel like that man entered
It's
my, something
It's
came
real.
over me.
That scripture that talks about touching the hem of his garment.
Oh,
The woman said, if I can only touch the hem of his garment.
Yeah.
Oh, sis, I got the chills right now because
man, I got
that's what it
tears,
was.
man.
Like, we were standing in front of Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he was talking to the children, just carrying on, having a conversation. And I promise you, I did not say one word because I was so nervous that I couldn't say anything. So I didn't say anything. I didn't get to touch him or anything. And he changed me.
His
Things started to
smile
happen to
alone,
me
bro.
as soon as I left his presence. Like, it was amazing, the things that started to fall away. the heaviness that I felt about certain things just started to disappear for me. So, woo, man.
I'm
Can,
telling you,
can
for
I
those
let me
listening,
can I
hard
quickly
time.
bear witness? Can I
Come on.
quickly bear
Come
witness?
on,
Yes,
brother. Come
It's
on.
yes.
a
Let's have
scripture in
church
the,
today, brother. Let's
come
have
on,
church,
man.
brother. Come on.
It's a scripture, and I had to find it. It's a scripture in the Bible that says that the shadow of the apostles was healing. The
Come on
shadow,
now.
not meaning not they didn't even. Oh, you could see the shadow,
Right,
and
right.
that was healing. So
Come
just
on.
imagine, like you said, you was in the presence
Yeah.
of that one, and his aura, his energy.
Come
Yes,
on. The
the aura
energy.
and energy is real,
It is.
and
Mm.
Yes, sir.
it touched you and
Yes.
made things to fall away that you have been working on. Then I got a
Mm.
question right
Yeah,
here. Our
yeah.
sister Charlene says, "What advice would you give to a woman who is having their first child? What advice would you give with everything you've been through? What advice would you give to that woman having her first child now?"
I think she was asking me, right? You want my oh, go ahead. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
My advice, definitely the most important thing is to shield yourself from outside influence. So it's really important to just kind of be isolated and to study and to just really go within self and focus on what you're eating, on exercising, on, building a relationship with your baby, because that relationship starts in the womb.
Mm.
So all of that is important, but you have to protect yourself from outside influences, because once they're able to root that fear in you, then it takes over. So you can't even let it get inside you. Don't listen to people's negativity.
Negative.
Don't listen to the thing about the internet, the way that it's set up is you can look up something and it'll give like all the stuff. You're flooded with negative information to what you're asking. You're
Right.
flooded with it, and you have to dig to find the positivity. So it's not even safe to look up stuff on the internet. You got to get your stuff from books and from other women who have done the same thing that you're trying to accomplish. That's the
Yeah.
safest way to go. Protect your mind, and everything else will fall into place.
That's an
Yes.
excellent advice. Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
I think so too.
Yeah, yeah.
You definitely, and it as women in the Nation of Islam, we are actually, advised not to come to the mosque after three
Oh yeah.
months of because it's always something going on in, everywhere we go. So, and
Yeah.
of course, even if you're not pregnant, you have to protect your mind because it's a lot of wickedness going on around us,
Yes.
and it's constantly feeding us. And if you have children, you've got to protect your mind so you can protect the minds of your babies,
Yes.
and we have to be actively involved in the lives of our children and not allowing them to just watch TV or, go and play with the neighbors next door. Not that they can't play with the neighbors next door, but it still needs to be supervised because you don't know what those children are learning at home.
Yes.
So we have to take our role as parents more seriously and
Yes.
really look at how the United States government is trying to position us all to be their servants, to be owned by them.
Yes,
And I was
ma'am.
just going to hit on it a little bit, but with the COVID-19, they're really trying to take away all of our rights as human beings and
Yes,
Mhm.
depend
ma'am.
solely on them. And we have to remember that Allah gave
Yeah.
us this body.
Mhm.
Allah gave us this
Absolutely.
mind, and
That's
we
right.
are responsible for our minds, our bodies, and the minds and bodies of our children. They are
Yeah.
ours. God gave them to us as gifts, and it is our responsibility to take care of them and,
Absolutely.
have a black man by your side, that is wanting to stand up and will stand up. And even when you weren't able to stand up for yourself, he was right there with you,
Yeah.
Yes,
and so
ma'am.
we applaud Black love that you all
Mhm.
have for one another, that you're sharing with one another, and that you're showing to your children. It is
Thank
so
you.
important because we're the ones that are establishing the kingdom of God, and the
Yeah.
enemy's world is coming to a close, to an end. So he
Yeah.
has no power, only the power of the fear that he continues to try to
Hey.
put in us, you know.
Yes. Yep.
Uh, we're not falling for the okey doke no more. And
That's
you
Nope.
all are a prime example of that. You're standing head and shoulders above so many people who continue to submit to the madness. So,
yeah.
continue to tell your story.
Yes,
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 man.
Let that
man.
story be told and to be known.
yes, yes,
Yes, man. Can I add on to Sister what you said, Charlene, Sister
Yes,
Charlene's
yes,
question?
yes, yes.
Um, um, we're taught that thought is tangible. It's a liquid that secretes from your brain. Every time you have a thought, it secretes from your brain and it goes down your spinal cord and it goes throughout your entire body. Well,
mm,
it's a liquid. So whatever thoughts you have, just remember you're creating a child inside your womb. That's what my wife was saying, that your connection with the baby starts inside the womb. So that thought is already going to the baby before the baby even gets here. And even after the baby gets here, your breast milk carries that thought, that liquid, that tangible material, and it goes into your baby. So guard your thoughts. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Guard your thoughts. Protect your thoughts. All positivity, positive, positive, positive.
yeah.
Surround yourself with positive people. Love.
Yes.
We did a study
Love.
on water.
Yes.
Mm,
If I may, Brother Carthrow, real quick,
Go
water
in, brother.
is,
Go in.
water in the scripture is symbolic to like the word of God. And we know the word of God is gives life, right? And
Yeah,
so our body is made of 76% water.
go
And there
ahead.
was a
Go ahead.
study made on water about
By
uh
Japanese man.
by a Japanese man. He took 2 glasses of water. He
That's
right.
put
right. That's
he just wrote the word love on a piece of paper, taped it to the glass, wrote the word hate on a piece of paper, taped it to the other glass. And then he studied the crystals after a certain period of time and saw how they were formulating and saw that the love jar,
Yep.
the crystals crystallized in a perfect manner, and how
The hate.
the hate, the water actually started to deteriorate. And we're talking about just a word written on a piece of paper.
Mm.
So we're
Right.
talking about
Right.
language. We're taught
yeah,
that there's power in the tongue, right? There's life and
Right.
death lies on the tongue. So even we've even started, if you go buy you a bottle of water, talk to the water before you drink it.
Yeah, we'd be like
This is,
love and gratitude.
we love you.
Love and
This is
gratitude.
gonna be love for my body, peace.
That's
I
right.
claim it in the name of
Yep.
Jesus, baby. We Muslims call on Jesus too now.
Yes.
And you
That's
drink
right.
that water,
I love
and
you,
that
Jesus.
water is going into your makeup.
Yes.
Right.
So love is very important. Then we're taught that in the scriptures say that God is love. Well, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us about that is an equal sign. So if you
Mm,
have God on one side, and then you have the equal sign, and you have love on that side, in mathematics, we could switch that around and put love is God.
Mhm.
So
right.
so when you feeding yourself love and surrounding yourself by love and giving yourself love, that does something to the makeup of your body, your
Absolutely.
mind, your actions start to reflect it.
Yes.
And so, man, it's
And
so much, bro. Go ahead,
and
man.
one more thing is it says that love and gratitude is the highest vibration.
Mhm.
So
That's right.
it actually vibrates so high that it shields you from danger, from harm,
Sicknesses and
from
Right.
sickness,
disease. You
disease.
could
So
really heal
wow,
yourself with
Mm,
love. Listen to, it's not just love, but love
love and
and
gratitude.
gratitude. Listen,
that's
the
yeah.
Holy
right.
Quran say that Allah hates.
The
Yes.
ungrateful.
Anytime Allah hates something, you don't want to be
Mm,
on that side of the equation.
no, not at
Allah
all.
hates the ungrateful.
Right.
Man,
Yeah.
you gotta thank God for everything He given us, man.
Yes,
Master
Right.
Prophet Muhammad for coming, man, giving us this
Oh,
knowledge.
absolutely.
Elijah for having that ear and the love for his people to keep it going even after uh 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 being
Threatened,
threatened and trying
everything.
to kill him, and then the
yeah.
Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, man, that man,
Yep.
Mm,
God, man, that brother used to walk. from the
Yeah.
from his house to the mosque. I think he said
No.
2 miles in snow with holes on the bottom of his shoe, and
Come
he had
on now.
cardboard stuck in there to keep the
Yeah.
snow from wetting his socks, just to open the mosque up, man. What kind
Come
of
Right.
on,
love
man.
is that? That brother
Mm,
had for us, man, so we could get this knowledge
Wow.
and do
yeah.
something
Come on.
for ourselves, man. You gonna have me
Yeah.
preaching up here today,
Come
brother.
on,
Yeah.
man. Come on,
Praise
man.
you a lot,
Man,
brother.
Look,
oh
look,
man, I
I found
love
that
Father God,
scripture.
man.
I found that scripture I was telling you about. So it's in the book of Acts, the 5th chapter, the 15th and the 16th verse, talking about the healing in the shadow.
Okay.
It says, so that they even carried out the sick into the street and laid them on cots and mats, that as Peter came by, at least his shadow might fall on some of them.
Mm.
The people also gathered from the towns around Jerusalem, bringing the sick and those afflicted with unclean spirits, and they were all healed.
Oh,
You,
praise
you
Bro,
see that?
bro, yeah. Can I elaborate on that real quick on that
Go
scripture?
ahead, go
What
ahead,
stood
go
out
ahead,
to me? What
go
stands
ahead.
out to me is you said that Peter may pass by,
Yeah, go
not
ahead.
Jesus, not God Almighty, not Master Farad Muhammad, not Elijah, not Farrakhan, but you too, man. Come
right.
on, man. Master Farad Muhammad said he came to make us gods. When do we
Come
make
on,
his word bond?
Yes.
come
That's
Huh?
on
right.
now.
You
Come on.
have the power. You know, of course, we call on the God to strengthen us. Of course, we
Mm.
call on Elijah and Farrakhan to strengthen us. You know, and they've given us all the teachings, man. I mean, how many more speeches do we need from our brothers? You
No,
know,
we
we
need
have the
help.
power within self.
That's
God
right.
is within self.
That's right.
Jesus said, where do they say the kingdom of heaven is? Some
Mm.
low say here, some there, some in the sky, some, you know, in the trees. Man,
Mm.
the kingdom of heaven is within you, brother.
Come
That's
Within
on,
right.
you,
man.
sister. So you had a
That's
power to deliver naturally. You
Yeah.
had a power to heal yourself from diabetes. You had a power to heal yourself from cancer. You had a
Everything.
power to heal yourself from past experiences in your life that has, you know, that eats you on the inside, man. We all
Come on.
been, if you
right.
black or brown in America, man, you got some kind of
You got
baggage inside you,
Yeah.
man. Elijah
Right.
Muhammad said he was all the way up into the mud till his only his eyeballs were sticking
That's
out.
it.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Come
man.
on, man. So
Look,
we
let
Come
me
on,
we,
tell you.
man.
we yeah,
So
man.
this ain't
Woo.
like this
This
ain't
And
this
ain't
you
ain't
can
nothing that's
join
like
at noi.org/join.
yeah,
come on, brother. Come on.
yeah. This ain't nothing that's like, oh, only special people can do it. This
Come
No,
is
on.
everybody can do it. You
that's
all
right.
can do
Yeah,
this. You
That's
all can
right.
do
yeah,
it.
Let me
yeah.
just say this, fam. You know, our show earlier today, um, we did Mind Spark Creation, and we had Sister Sajda Wendy Muhammad, who is the owner of the home of the Most Honorable Elijah
Yes,
Muhammad, and
yes.
she is
Wow.
Run the
completely,
corner and stuff.
yeah, the coin. She's
Yes,
remodeling and making it available as a museum to
yes.
us as a people. But what
Beautiful.
I wanted to say is, you know, when we step out on faith, when we really just try to
Mm.
do follow the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the greatness that Allah already put in us will come out. You know,
Yes,
that
yeah.
spirit, I feel you all spirit. I feel your energy. I feel your love. I feel like if I came to Mexico right now today, I'd be taken in just like a family member. And,
Right.
you know,
Absolutely.
that's what this is about. It's about building family. It's about strengthening one another, connecting through the spirit of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, you know, and Master Farad Muhammad. So these things that you're doing, family, that we're doing, Sister Saj, so many, Brother Ben, I just
Ah,
want to continue to build on what it is that we have been given. Share this knowledge, share this information. It's one of the reasons that we do the shows that we do, because we have to let our people know we will not hide our light behind a bushel
Come
basket.
on.
We will
woo,
let the world
Yes.
come
Yeah.
on, man.
that
Come on.
Allah came in the person of Master Farad
Say
Muhammad,
it, say it.
Yes,
and he
ma'am.
us and he gives us everything that we need
Come
in
on.
order to be successful people. So, fam, it is such an honor and a blessing, to see you all and to see that beautiful baby. Oh my
This is baby Colin.
God,
Oh,
brother
oh,
This
Khaled.
is
I,
Colin.
I
The
wanted to say something about college.
yeah, go ahead.
Dude, look at it. You all named him Khaled, right?
Yes, sir.
And you all had the battle during that whole pregnancy that this young man be sitting right here. Because
Wow.
Right.
Khaled is the warrior.
That's
Mm,
right.
Khaled is the warrior.
yes,
So
Yeah,
you had to
it is.
instill the spirit of war.
that's
You
right.
had to
Yeah,
tell her, you're not going to vaccinate my baby.
That's
that's
right.
You're
right.
not going to do this and you're not going to do that so that he can have the spirit of resistance of what's wrong and improper. See,
That's right.
Khaled is the warrior.
Yes,
So
It
you
is.
had
It
the
is.
battle.
Yes, sir.
You had the battle even through life and death. This is a powerful young man.
that's
Yes,
This is
right.
a
sir. Yes,
powerful
sir.
young man right here.
Yes,
And you
sir.
know Khaled come with the sword now.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's
Hola.
right. That's a soldier right there.
Oh, praise
Yes,
be to
sir.
God.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
I mean, man, you all are such a inspiration
absolutely.
All praise
to
be for him.
because number one, brothers like yourself and brother student minister Stanley and brother Anwar in Macon. I mean, all of you all have many children. Brother Stanley got 12 babies, and you all have 7, and brother Anwar got 7
Mm,
babies as well. And you all are being blessed to shine, man, and
All
be
praise be
able to
for him.
maintain these babies. And Allah is just blessed you all, and you all are so blessed to create something to become the manufacturers of your own clothing line. Bring it out of
Praise be to
your
Allah.
mind. Bring it
yes,
out of your mind and not only do it, but do it big.
and
Not
well.
and
I mean, let
well.
me just say that on the quality of those t-shirts,
Come on.
I absolutely love it. We've washed them several times. We haven't dried them because we want them to last, a
Love
long
all
time.
that.
But the quality is really good.
Yeah.
Praise
Um,
be.
and,
You
and
too,
that was
Alana.
the reason that I came to you guys, because the first t-shirts that I got was thin. First time I washed it, it faded. It was like, no, I got to find something better
Come
than
on.
that,
Yes,
And
man.
so when we were introduced to you, brother,
It was brother
Ernest,
Ernest.
Ernest,
Brother
Ernest and Lily.
Ernest.
yes,
Yes.
yes, uh,
NPP cartoons. Go
Come
follow
Yes,
on,
them
man.
too.
We gotta have them
They're
back.
doing their thing.
shout out to the fam.
Yes.
You
Love
know,
people. Hey, that's a beautiful couple as well. They got a lot of children too. How many they got? 6?
6, yes.
6? Yeah,
okay,
so they're doing it and they
Hey.
making cartoons, bro.
Yep.
right.
That's
Oh,
man.
man.
I thought about that like 10 years ago. I was like, man, children coming into this world and nothing but foolishness. Who gonna make a cartoon about righteousness?
And that's
And
what
here
they
go
Come
did.
Brother Ernest and Sister Lily.
And they have a farm too. So
Yes,
They
Oh,
got a
praise
doll. They got a doll, a MGT doll
who
that
gives?
that'll
that says the
pray
prayer, yes.
in Spanish,
Yes,
in English, and
And
in
in
Arabic.
Arabic. Yep.
God.
right,
Man, come on,
right.
Yes,
man. That's
That's what
yes,
fire
I'm
right
talking
there,
about.
bro.
yes.
Yeah.
That's man,
So, fam,
man.
you all got to give your information so that we can go and see what all you produce.
Yeah,
Listen.
So make sure to drop that information in a chat
yeah.
so that our audience have that information.
Okay.
And I know some other things because, sister,
Oh, it makes the
you
camera
were
go off.
dropping some things that you do, and I definitely want to support what it is that you all got going on, so that we can share with our people.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's how we're going to grow, is we support one another in what it is that we do.
And I'm looking forward to reading this book.
Yes,
I'm gonna say that again. I'm
Yes.
putting it in the universe. I'm looking forward to reading this book.
yes,
Yes,
So
sir.
I
Yes,
want
sir.
to hear about that journey. And like I said, just talk it, go to Fiverr, let them transcribe it, go
Mm-hmm.
back, get you an editor, get you a
Mm-hmm.
book cover. It is what it is. The same type of thing you telling us now, that's what need to be in that book. You
Yes,
know what
Yes,
sir.
I mean?
sir.
Right.
And that's what
I'm
I'm
getting to
telling.
work.
getting it to work. I'm gonna be the first one buying it now.
Right.
Now when it comes out, I want one of the first copies. I know you got to give your mamas and all that, but I want one of the first copies. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, brother Carthraw, how tall are you, beloved?
I am 5'8". Well, they told me 5'9". I don't know. They keep telling you different things. I'm growing up and down, brother.
I'm asking you because I'm gonna want that outfit you got on, brother.
You know, nice.
You looking sharp in that outfit, brother.
Earlier,
we got this from a sister in Atlanta. The store is called Simply Natural. And this sister, they they have the African connection. This sister went over to Dubai and certain parts of Africa to go get that direct connect, so they can bring those authentic clothes back, so that it ain't, unfortunately, they even mimic our clothes in certain parts, so that's what they doing. They getting the real connect to the real people that's actually doing it and bringing it back. Yeah, they are phenomenal. Been in business for quite a number of years, and I think that they are definitely somebody you all need to meet too, because I know that her husband and them got shirts for y'all to design, and it's another brother too that works with them that design stuff. But if he saw your stuff, look, let me tell you something. He'll switch his store. Believe that. He'll switch his store. Like, yeah, let me get that.
Well, we'll have to make sure
get
that connect. Get that connect for you, because sister, I want to definitely see your line of clothes.
Yeah.
Being made available to our sisters, because we went to Vegas, and the clothes that I can't say clothes, the strips of material
that the strings.
I think they forgot the clothes part to the thread. But anyway, I really would love to see our sisters be able to wear something that is more modest, fashionable, but modest, where they can still feel beautiful in their clothes, without not wearing clothes. But Sister Charlene wanted to make us aware that it's her daughter who's pregnant, Sister Fatima. And this is going to be her first baby, and she is excited.
Congratulations.
Yes, she is excited, and she is planning a natural birth as well. And inshallah, they will be able to do that, where they can be in an environment, where baby can be happy.
That's our God baby. We didn't claim the.
No, we got.
That's our God, and we didn't claim the baby. So let her know, whoever she might have been thinking about. They gonna have to go second on the list.
Wow. Oh man, that's so beautiful though. I'm so happy for sis. Tell her I'll leave my information in the chat. She can send me a message and we can keep in contact so she can ask any questions. I would love to help.
Okay. All right. Excellent. I'll let her make sure that she is aware of that.
So last idea that I got for you, because there's a lot of first time mothers out there. It's a lot of first time mothers out there, Muslim, MGT, that need a network of support and supporting them on their journey. This is a scary thing, especially when it's your first time. You don't really know what's going on, and it would be a great thing for you all to create that network, in regards to places where sisters can come. It could be a show like this, or whatever, a chat, whatever you want to do. But it is something we need that support, so that when they get in these hospitals, if they have to go, I just give you an instance. My brother, may Allah be pleased with him, Marshawn, he was against vaccines and all that. But in Illinois, there's no father's rights. So they were actually able to kick him out of the hospital. They were actually able to make him leave the hospital, uh, you know, and everything. And then it ended up that one of his children got vaccinated because of that, because the mother had, took the shot, help her with the pain and everything. So she wasn't all the way there. And
Wow.
then they put him out, and so they could do whatever. And they snuck the baby off, he said, and was just giving the baby all the shots. So that's why I said again, with what you did, and this is why really and true we need to have our own hospitals. I
Yes,
don't care
sir.
if it's a clinic where we giving birth to these babies. It need to be something that's specifically what it does. It deals with natural childbirth, how to do it, birthing rooms, birthing pools, all
Yes.
that kind of stuff. So whatever natural way you want to do it, if you want to hold on to a tree, that
Yep.
it. And I,
For real. Yeah.
Hey, burn some sage and some more stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, but brother Carthraw, also, man, wanna if there's any brothers on the thing, because I mean there's really nothing for us either, and it's not easy, man. It's not easy. I mean, it won't just hunky dory peaceful. The queen was, she just was just at peace all the time. She had chemical imbalances and a whole bunch of stuff going on the inside that we have to endure too, man. So I'm available for. We'll put the info in the chat, but I'm available for a brother want to just, man, I'm going through it, or man, she bugging out on me, what do I do? Like, man, I've been there, I know, but it does take a lot on our end too, man. You got to be there for her. You got to, man, I want some ice cream. Okay, you 10 o'clock at night, you driving to go get ice cream. You come back, no, it wasn't ice cream. I think I want some watermelon. Like 10 o'clock at night, you go get the watermelon. No, it's not the watermelon, babe. Man, can you make me some tacos? He's like, man, it's 1 in the morning. You know, but you gotta be there. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. And so, for the brother side too, man, shout out to all the brothers that are there for their women, for their sisters, for their wives.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He was there for me.
Brother Raphael, that is such an important point.
It
And
is.
when the book is written, you have to have your part of that book,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
your experience in there, and even putting together, a support team for brothers, because a lot of times they get so frustrated, during the pregnancy because of the emotions, that the women are going through, and them not knowing how to handle it because they didn't have a father or anyone before them to help them through
Yep.
that. And I believe that they have good intentions, but sometimes they get so frustrated, and a lot of
Yep.
times you have even people break up during the pregnancy because of,
Yes.
so having a support team, and brothers to be right there, especially through the natural births as
Yes.
well, is extremely
And it's
important.
not, and they have to understand too, and that's something that my husband has been really good at, is that postpartum is a big deal as well. We need you just as much for postpartum as we did during the pregnancy. We need time to recover and to
Right,
heal. And in order for us to do that, you have to kind of take up the mantle and take up all the responsibility so that we can become better. And so
right,
my husband has been doing a really great job of taking care of me. I haven't had a lot going on recovering, and I'm a little bit spoiled right now. Like, I'm not doing nothing. I don't want to wash no clothes. I don't want to wash any dishes. And I'm just like, just like just happy in my I'm recovering period. And we deserve that as women, but we just
right.
have to have our husbands to be understanding of that and not feel like we're supposed to get back up and running, within a few weeks after having a baby. So
that
Right.
it came to my mind as you all were talking. God works through me like this. The name of it is the How to Give Birth to a God Center. It's
oh
the
yeah.
How to Give Birth to a God Center that deals with the male and the female.
Mm,
So we dealing with the mindset. We're dealing with the physical aspect. We're dealing with
Wow.
the spiritual aspect. We're dealing with the how the men should be, all of that. So I mean,
Wow.
if you started as a podcast, the how to give birth to a God center, and y'all jump in tag teaming on both sides. You know what I mean? Talking
Yeah.
about that whole piece. And you take the lecture series, How to Give Birth to a God. I'm going to send y'all the link where brother blessed us with all the parts in one film. Instead
Oh,
of
good.
1 through 4, it's all of it in one. So you can take it, you can piecemeal it, you can talk about it. This can become a platform for you in
I need
order
that.
to teach what it is that you all are doing. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to develop the book. It's going to develop it on the male and the female side. It's going to develop the course. It's going to develop
Wow.
the center, because you all started by talking about it. How to give birth to a God center. Center is it can be so many things. You know,
Yeah, holistic.
that's how it is.
Right,
you do the how to
exactly.
give birth to a God center. You started, however, with the podcast, and then you invite others to come. You can invite Brother Nuri. You can invite us. You can
Wow.
invite many others to the show, and that is your topic. You know, what is the man's role in giving birth to a God? What is the woman's role? What is now the
Wow.
baby's born? Now the baby, it don't stop because the baby born.
That's
Now the
right.
baby's born.
And then you have other children.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
so we know that there's a balance of, still raising your children, you
Yeah.
know, your other children, and how making all of them a part of that.
Yes.
I think that what you're saying is actually something that is necessary and needed, and you all are perfect. You all are just absolutely
And
perfect.
you all have the environment.
Yes.
I'm going to say that again. You all have the environment to
Yes,
do.
sir.
They can actually come. I mean, listen, Allah's giving it to me as I'm talking to you. This is that time, maybe a month or 2 or 3 before, where they got the bed and breakfast. They being catered to. They doing all. You
Wow.
set the price. You set it so
Yes.
that way they could come down, right? And they can go through the process. You bring the doulas in. I'm talking about a whole
Wow.
center now. It might start in the Airbnb, but it can grow. So that when people start thinking about that, now you can give licenses in other countries, in other states,
Wow.
follow after what you all began right now. That
Wow.
after what you begin, and they gotta be certified,
Right.
verified, and they have to believe in the process like you all believe it, or you can't do it. You can't have the McDonald's banner up there if you ain't gonna sell a Big Mac. You
Yeah.
can't do it. You
That's
can't
right.
do it.
Yes.
So that's how you do it, brother, because you all, that's your gift, that's your blessing. And you teach both sides, and then you bring the legal people in to tell you legally what to do. Right? Meaning, okay, you tell me legally what to do. If this happens in this country, what is the go-to? If it happens in the States, what is the go-to? What is the
Wow.
document? What is this? What is that? Right?
Right.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Wow.
it ain't just you in the hospital. Let me get my lawyer on the phone
Right.
so he can talk to you all about what I got my naturopathic doctor ready to talk to the doctor so you can release me all of this mess that you talking about right now. You see what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead, bro.
So it's a whole network. So when they come in, starting at month 1, you actually walking them through, and then when they get closer to the time, that's when they come down to get into that sacred space and that sacred environment. But they already been creating it at home,
Right.
but now it just translates into the physical Airbnb or build, whatever it is. you know,
Yeah.
and you walk through that whole process. You know what I mean?
You
And
know,
that'll be a blessing. I'm telling you.
Allah has really great things for us, and we really have to step out of our way, and allow God to move us, because I know with Love My Kidneys Center, I'm started off with my journey, but the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said we needed our own hospital systems, right? So we are the ones that are going to produce that.
Right.
This
Wow.
is not for somebody later on down the line. We have to begin that process. Our children will take it to the next level. Our children's children will take it to the next level, but we are the pioneers, and
Yes.
we have to, take ourselves serious enough to know that Allah wants to use us, and He's allowing us all these different type of experiences that we're having so that we can do the work that He really wants us to do, and I'm
Definitely.
so happy to be among believers, who are on this journey. Know that we are here as your support team, so if it's anything that we can do to help along the journey, as soon as we decide we're going to travel again, we're going to make our way down there to Mexico.
Please
We
do.
Yes,
Please do.
please.
only a block from Mexico
Yeah,
anyway.
we're not
No,
far.
Yes. And when you do, we for the kidney thing, your brother donated a kidney to help save a brother's life, FOI brother's life. So we could do that interview in person, bro.
I
That'd be
want
a
to
good
talk
one.
oh
more
yeah, oh
about that.
yes,
Yes,
yes. I'm
yes,
man.
definitely want to talk about that, brother,
Yes.
because that right there is a true gift of life. You
Oh,
know,
Love
you know what? I'm sorry. When the God communicate to me, I gotta communicate with you. So Allah blessed us with a timeshare. And so we literally could go almost anywhere in the world. So
Wow.
what we can actually do is that with the timeshare, you let us know the part of Mexico you in. I see what's either close by or within sky distance for you, so that way the process ain't gonna take a whole bunch of time. It will be okay. Well, here's the this, and we talking about Gold Crown Resort now with pools
Wow.
and rooms with kitchens and all of that. So
jacuzzi
we had
tubs,
jacuzzi
full
tubs and all of
kitchens,
that kind
right?
of stuff. So we
Let's do
talking
it.
about top of the line. We ain't talking
Yes.
about
Yeah,
no mess now. We
No.
talking
that's right.
about
Yeah.
top of the line. So that way we can plug it in wherever it's needed
Mm.
and
Wow.
plug people in that may be on the ground already. That way you don't have to necessarily travel everywhere. You can plug people in that's on the same page after you've done your due diligence and say, okay, well, brother, we need we need something over here in Virginia, and we're gonna do it for this long or that long or whatever, and then we can see what those kind of prices look like. So Allah didn't give us this without a reason.
Right.
So
Sure.
that's why as we talking, it all came. I ain't think nothing about this, brother, until right
Come on
now.
now. Praise
Well,
be
Amen.
to Allah.
we're not going to hold you any longer. We thank you all so much for your time and your
I
energy.
got you all have inspired us. And so what I want to do is I got a song that I made. It's called The Inspired Beat.
Go
So
ahead.
I want to play the inspirational song for you. And you might have heard it in the beginning, but that was the name of it. You all inspired me, so I want to play it
Praise be to
and
Allah.
for you. All right, well, here we go.
Go ahead. Right.
That sounds nice.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Well done, brother. Well done.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That was inspired by that brother's song. What is his dang on name? Leave the Door Open.
No,
It
right,
was actually inspired by that song. When I heard it, I said, "Oh, it's time to bring real music back."
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir. Leave the door
Yeah.
open. You know that leave the door open in the Passover. You know the Jewish practice. They leave the door open because Elijah's supposed to come in
Elijah coming.
and have a plate
Elijah
set
coming.
out for him. Yeah, Elijah Muhammad, baby.
That's
You
right.
Yeah.
better get with the program. Get with this program. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Well, we've enjoyed you all, family, and much love to y'all, man. And thank you for
Thank you.
sharing your experience with us. And we know that it is sacred, so we take it as that, as a
Yes.
sacred experience. It's not, again, there's no interview. This is a fireside chat between family. And when we talk about subjects like this, you ain't gonna find this kind of stuff on too many podcasts at all.
That's
Right.
You
true.
know what I mean? Not like this. They might be telling you go on get the baby vaccinated and all of that kind of stuff,
Yep.
Hmm.
but it ain't gonna be on the same level of what we talked about. And that's how you know that what you all have is something special, it's something sacred. And if you run the field with it, brother, and hold that flag Islam as you run it, well, you
Yeah.
never know where it's gonna take. You're gonna look up one day and be like, is this my house?
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Just to let you know, too, we did have a couple of brothers online, and they definitely applauded you, and they send the
Okay.
greetings to you and your family. So we already know the black man is on board to support the black woman, and we are here for you all as well.
That's right,
God bless.
man.
You
Sir,
too,
thank you again. Hug them babies,
Yes.
hugs, kisses, and pounds
No peeking
all
the
around.
cheeks.
You got a piece of cheeks.
No, no, no
Oh,
peeking the
come on now.
cheeks.
You gotta,
Oh,
you gotta, you gotta
Lord.
preach it.
That's my favorite.
Right, right. Why
I
you
be
think
biting the
they have
cheek.
dogs? There you go.
Hey, I
There
be
you like
biting
this.
it.
Leave
We
them
thank
babies
you.
I love
We
it.
thank.
I
We want
love
to also take the time to thank you all for your consistency. For keeping it going. Sometimes, I mean, I'm sure there was times you had two viewers, you know what I'm saying? And Allah bless you to multiply, but you just kept going and kept believing in yourselves and believing in your people. And we want to thank you. So we want to
Yeah.
thank you for having us on, and we want to thank you for what it is you're doing and what you continue to do. And if there's anything that we can help you and support you in, just let us know. We're here. We're big fans. We're big fans.
Absolutely.
And you know, you got our support.
Oh, praises due to Allah, fam. We love you guys.
That's right.
Love you too.
Me too.
To the moon and back, baby.
That's right.
To the moon and back.
Yes, sir.
All right, fam. You all have an excellent rest
family,
of the day.
y'all have a blessed rest of your day.
You
Assalamu
as
alaikum.
well. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
All right, family. We were blessed, absolutely blessed with our brother Rafael and sister Rareesha. And we talked about the home birth and the importance of it. Such a spirited show. We absolutely love the energy of our family, and you could feel the passion. You could feel the spirit of God. You know what I mean? Coming through this screen. I don't know about you, but I know I felt that I had to fight tears a couple of times because it was such a beautiful, beautiful experience. You know, it was such a beautiful experience to hear about that. And I pray Allah bless them with that endeavor to how to give birth to a God center and that book, because it is very, very, very needed, family. So, you know, with that, you know, our brother's gonna put his contact information in the chat if he haven't. Let me see. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, I got it. Okay, I'm gonna put it down in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So our brother on Instagram, right there. Our brother right there, you can contact him. This family does a plethora of things along with what you heard. Of course, they have their own manufacturing company, manufacturing shirts, shoes. The sister mentioned so much stuff, you know, so they can help you with your design needs, okay? Why give the money to everybody else other than ourselves? You know what I mean? Why give it to everybody else other than us? They got feet on the ground. They doing a great job, and they do great products. I mean, this brother thought so much, family, to put a tag on there that said "Love My Kidney." So when it came, we was like, "Oh my God!"
So go ahead and get your t-shirt.
Get your t-shirt.
Get your Love My Kidney t-shirts and face masks. They are on our Etsy store, www.etsy.com/shop/Hafiza Ali. Your support of Love My Kidneys allows us to right now get our 501c3. Once we receive our 501c3, we can start assisting our brothers and sisters financially with getting natural holistic modalities in order to help their body come into complete balance. And we need that, family. We got to do this naturally. You know we have to use some of the allopathic medicine, but the goal is to do it naturally, right? The herbal teas, the dietary supplements, the acupuncture, the sound therapy. Let me show you something before we go. Something that we've added.
No, she not gonna share that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, and family, we want to do something special for you all, our guests. Dear family, you know, if you will help us in our mission to get this 501c3 with as much as a $50 donation, what we want to do is we want to give you 3 days, three days, 2-night trip to either Las Vegas, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, or Sedona. I got to find out where exactly Sedona is. I think it's in Virginia or something like that. But either one of those places, we want to give you a 3-day, 2-night stay for your $50 donation. We want to give you that. What we want you to do is text the word vacation or trip. Vacate. Text the word vacate to 678-736-7264. 7086, and we'll give you more information about that. So if you all would like that 3-day, 2-night vacation in a luxury gold crown resort, then we definitely this is what we'll give you. Gift us with that, and we'll give you with that back. Okay. Yeah. So family, if you would be so kind as to support, and then I'm gonna give it over to my wife, who's gonna tell you about this beautiful addition to our healing family.
Yes. So we all know about sound therapy, right? And so I have heard the crystal sing, and I've had the opportunity to actually do it myself and to be this close. You can actually feel the vibration, going through your body. And we know that vibrations, help us to elevate, and music and sound therapy, is another element that allows us to grow. So I want to play a little bit for you of what I just learned, and hopefully you can feel it. You hear that?
Now, interestingly enough, family, that particular bowl, I want my wife to play it again in just a second. That particular bowl is the C note, and the note C is 440 vibrations, and that note is also connected with the heart chakra. It's connected with the heart chakra. Interestingly, this is Love My Kidneys, so it is befitting that we will have the heart chakra crystal singing bowl. So I'm gonna have her to play that for again so she can tune up our heart chakra. Absolutely magnificent.
All right,
I
family.
felt that
Yes.
vibration all the way down to
Yes.
my feet.
Oh, I did
You
too.
know, I felt that all the way down to my feet, family.
Yes.
That is a new addition to our healing family,
Mm,
the heart chakra crystal singing bowl.
mm.
We're gonna look for some good prices so you can actually go ahead and get you one as well. Okay, we're gonna put that one up first, then we'll deal with sets and whatnot. But we're gonna look for that particular one so that you can go ahead and get yours. Okay, so be looking for that in the next couple of days because we want you to have some of that sound therapy.
Mm,
All right.
yes.
Well, family, it has been our pleasure, our honor. We want you to definitely come on and be with us for our last show of the day. And that show is going to be the Queen of Rap.
Yes.
And on the Queen of Rap, we're going to do something very special. For those of you all who know, this is our 14th year of being married, our 14th year. All praises is due to Allah.
Yes.
It is our 14th year being married. And what we're going to do, because Allah blessed us to take a little vacay, we took a little vacay to Las Vegas, and no, we did not gamble. So we took a little vacay to Las Vegas. It was an absolute wonderful and beautiful time. And we're going to just touch on it this week. But God willing, next week on Love My Kidneys, the show is going to be about an exhibit called Bodies that we went to, and we want to talk about the sacredness of the divine body that God gave us. That's going to be next week's show, God willing. Love My Kidney. So we definitely want you to tune in, tap in, be with us. Come on, be a part of our communities. Go ahead and text vacay. Again, text the word vacay to 678-736-7086. Or you can text the word Love My Kidneys. Love My Kidneys. And that'll put you right in our Love My Kidneys group. Well, family, we love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Be the best because you are absolutely the best. Remember, it takes a whole lot of love to heal thyself. And don't forget to let the spark in your mind create a new reality. All right, family. Inshallah, there's going to be that'll be 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. We're going to have Love My Kidneys. So come on and be with us to hear about this wonderful vacation and our anniversary on the Queen of Rap. All right, family. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.